we're just doing the thing, man. I gotta say, I think resolution on this new phone, the cameras are noticeably more advanced. You can see me in almost 4K shit. Jake American 4K, scary shit, man. You ready for it? Hoo-ah! Fucking bugs are retarded, man. You're standing to a wall, aimed at my head, and eyes attracted to whatever the hell that is. It's like the dudes that drag me and shit, you know? Don't fuck with me, brother. I'm from Florida. We, we're different down here, son. I'll track you down. I'll go to your mama's house. I don't give a fuck. And then she'll be like all nice and shit, and I'm like respectful because I was raised to respect my elders. And she'll invite me in for, a meet and greet. And then, what is that? Apple pie? Then she's got apple pie coming out of the oven, and then she serves me a nice slice of fresh homemade apple pie with that a la mode shit, that French vanilla, nice and creamy. Makes me a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and then we're just talking about the old days and how things were better back then. And we go over at your dad, and he's talking to the goddamn garburator or the garbage can because he didn't have it all up there like he did 7 years ago after he got laid off and he went on that bender. He was never the same after the car accident, so now he just sits there talking to himself and having arguments with shit. And your mom's all nice and shit, and then I feel bad because I came to your mama's house, but she made me apple pie a la mode, and you come walking in the door, and I'm like, dude, you talk shit on Facebook, and I want to take you outside and beat the shit out of you, but I can't because I'm at your mama's house, and I respect, and she served apple pie a la mode, and your dad's over there having an argument with the garbage can, and I just feel bad at that point, and we just start shooting the shit. Then we kind of get friendly and become friends, and then we go outside. And then I still want to kick your ass, but I just can't because I kind of feel bad for you because your dad's over there, okay, having an argument with the fucking fence post and talking in some weird language, speaking tongues to the fucking garbage cans, and I just thank your mom a kiss on the cheek because she's a sweetheart. She gave me that apple pie a la mode. Just good people, all American good times. Good souls and shit. And then I get in my truck and I just drive off, and that's the way that's gonna go. I'm fucking Florida. Coochie coochie, la la la, motherfucker. I want my pool lights to work. I'm so sick of them being dark. I don't know when they decided to die. It was recent. But a nice night like this, you got the pool lights are going and everything's nice. I still got those tiki torches. They're still filled up. I just gotta fucking find a place to put them. We got the tiki torches going. We got the barbecue area straightened out. We got some ribs and chicken and stuff on the smoker, low and slow. Got the smoker going. You got the country music going. You got the waterfalls with the lights and the beach chairs and the nice Jimmy Buffett kind of vibes going on, man. No matter what life throws you, if you got that, that it's okay. It's all right. Go ahead and drag me because I don't have a CAC and I don't go to training classes and I suck. Get out and be better, But, could be worse. Could be worse. Overall, I say I'm doing okay. Anyway, dude called me out in that mid-tier 3.0 group. Posted all my shit. It's like, I ain't got crazy shit, but I got decent shit. I've come a long way. When's my 2-year anniversary? I bought the Anderson mid-August, 2 years ago. So we're in June, July. Yeah, we're almost there. The 2-year mark. I want to at least have one training class under my belt before the 2-year anniversary. I've heated a lot of drags, and I've evolved on some level. A lot of me and my reluctance to get out there is the physicality of it. You see it. It's a struggle when you're fat and you're out of shape and older. And I gotta trim down, man. I gotta be light on my feet again. I haven't been light on my feet for a very long time. If I ever really was. I mean, I've gone up and down all my life, but my 20s and early 30s, I was okay. But as you get older and metabolism slows down, you're not being active and shit, and you're sedentary and you're sitting. You eat whatever you want. Carbs, carbs, carbs. Beer, beer, beer. Soda, soda, soda. Carbs, carbs, carbs. Sweets, ice cream cones. Ice cream cones. M&M's, peanut, not regular, because what are we, animals? But shit, man, that shit adds up. I bought a bag of peanut M&M's today at the store. See, it's vicious cycle. They're so good and sweet when they hit your lips, and you need a little something sweet every once in a while when you're watching television. And boy, that AT&T shit's fire. The internet is fucking food. I'm uploading my YouTube videos now on my new fiber optic shit, and that fucking percentage is just cooking. The old Spectrum, like what? A couple of videos today, 18, 20 minutes long. Those used to take a while to upload once I converted them into software. Hell, the upload took less time than it did to convert them. 1%, 4%, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15, 20, 24. 20. It's like, it cooks. I'm like, that's impressive. Depends on the time of day. And the bandwidth throttling comes in depending on use and all that. But fiber optic isn't like cable. The guy told me cable modems, you're sharing those lines with multiple people. So that's why you'll notice, at peak times, when everyone's home from work, home from school, doing shit, you'll notice everything slows down. It's because you're sharing that line on cable modems. Fiber optic, it's a dedicated line for your house. No one else is sharing that bandwidth. Which is why they can dial you all the way to fuck up to 5Gs if you've got the cash. I don't need that kind of fucking power. The 500 lines give me almost 700 fucking megs up and down. I'm good with that. I remember the dial-up days. You have mail after like 14 minutes. Bop, bop, bop. The moment somebody picks up the fucking house phone, you lose your connection. You're downloading illegal songs on Napster. You got like 99.2% done. And somebody picks up the phone. Hello? Who's that? It's your fucking auntie or your fucking mom. It's like, hang up! It's already too late. You gotta start over. I was trying to listen to the new Metallica track, but nah. I mean, you already own like 2 cassettes and 3 CDs, but you're like, no, this is cool. I'm downloading it digitally. It's a whole new thing. Genius. Pretty soon there'll be brain implants. Don't forget to download the new track. You're like, done. Only $378 for that Metallica and Justice for All album downloaded to my fucking chip. Until it starts acting up and shit. Dun 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 dun. Siri, turn that shit off. Wow. Alright, so it's doing my thing. Like I said, we'll post a couple videos. Got Sober Jake, you got Getting Kind of Buzzed Jake. In about an hour or two, you're going to get, oh shit. I hope he doesn't buy more shit, Jake. Fucking Amazon, like, fuck it. Got a goddamn Lamborghini showing up with a car hauler in a week going, what the fuck? Yeah, I can't afford that. It says right here, you're like, fucking A, bring me the car. Yeah, well, alcohol, dude. I can't even fit in the car, okay? I need big trucks and SUVs these days. I don't fit in no goddamn Corvette. I went and sat in a Mustang. It wasn't a Cobra. It was like, full loaded GT a couple years ago at the dealer where I got my F-150. And it was a nice pack. I had the Recaro seats. And I tried to wedge my fat ass into those Recaro seats. I mean, those bolsters are pretty extreme. I mean, if you're over 200 pounds, you ain't fitting in that car. But my Challenger was fat boy friendly. It had nice bolstered seats, but they were comfortable and they weren't like extreme. They were like, go ahead and get that fifth taco kind of chair. That car was comfortable. I've been looking at new ones. I'm like, I wouldn't mind another Challenger or a Charger or something. Can't afford it though. So, I miss the Green Machine. I do. I love that car. I'm not sad it went. It went to somebody that was taking better care of it, because with me it was sitting out baking in the sun, just fading away. I wasn't even driving it. Which honestly, if I came in just a little bit of money and I bought a new one, I'd throw a car cover on it, but I wouldn't really drive it much. So there's no point spending the money. But still, I miss the feeling I got when I got behind the wheel with that American muscle car. And I heard the exhaust rumble and first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Next one would be an auto, because fuck that shit. I don't want to deal with it. Just tap, 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 tap. supercharged. Always winning races and shit. I wouldn't race anybody because I'm not a dick. You don't want to get pulled. They'll take your car. You race on the street, cops catch you. They'll take your fucking ride. You're fucked. Go to the track with that shit, or go find an old country road where there's no 5-0 and shit. These dudes are racing in prime traffic with a cop car go right there and like vroom vroom vroom. Used to pull up next to me in my Challenger. Like, what the fuck are you think? What are you trying to do? Some asshole in a V6 Mustang or a fucking a V8, you know, revving his engine, younger, stupid, you know, looking over at you, fucking all grilling and shit, and like edging forward, and you're just sitting there going, okay. And he goes, I'll start revving just to fuck with him and shit. You know, like edge forward just to egg him on and shit. And the light turns green, motherfucker spinning tires and going, and I'm just like second gear. Cop goes after him. True story, it happened a couple times. Dude, what the fuck do you think? It's a street. There's people driving. People's grandparents and kids on the road. You want to race, go to the goddamn track or go find some old country road down in the middle of nowhere where there's no fucking traffic. Nobody you can kill with your stupidity. That's how you do it, son. America. Buffalo Soldier. Where did that come from? I don't know. Get them Bob Marley plaques from Jamaica I brought back. Cool shit. Hand carved by an old Jamaican dude in Shantytown up halfway up the mountain. I was with the crazy ex-bitch. Went on a cruise. We took that Bob Marley excursion. And we're in Ocho Rios, right? And we're up all night. We were drinking all night. Got like an hour and a half of sleep. And we get a phone call. You're late for the thing. And wake up, didn't even brush my teeth. We were up all night getting stupid. So we're zombies, all hungover. We get on this fucking non-air conditioned bus, like a Jiffy bus, you know. And we're getting on the bus, and there's a Jamaican dude, and he's got like 4 gallons of this bright colored kind of sugar water looking shit. And that's help yourself to complimentary Jamaica rum punch, man. So like fucking alcohol. So he's pouring drunk. I'm still rawed out, and we start the slow crawl up the mountain. And I'm over in the window seat, and we're passing through fucking branches are coming in, smacking you in the face. And you look over as you get slowly further and further up the mountain, which is Mount Zion, right, where Bob Marley lived. And there's no guardrail, none. And I'm talking, this motherfucker sneezes, we're done. True fucking story. But we made it slowly. We stopped halfway, and I was told by dudes I work with and some friends, like, all right, when you go to Jamaica, weed's everywhere. You can buy it from anyone. It's cool. It's cool. I'm like, cool. We got halfway up the mountain. We stop at this like rest stop. There's like a couple of bathrooms, and there's this like little hut, and you see these white dudes and Jamaican dudes all playing dominoes and shit. And so I'm walking up to one of them going, all right. He's like, hey, man, you got some weed? And the Jamaican guy looked over. They're looking over at me like it's a prison movie, and they want to kill me. And then this little young skinny guy comes out, hey, white boy, I got you, boy. What you want, bro? And I was like, oh, here's $25. Give me something. Give me a joint or something. So he fucks off. 15 minutes goes by. They're starting to load the bus. And the kid comes running back with a piece of fucking toilet paper with what looks like the shittiest weed you could ever find in Cracktown and on a bad day. I was like, what the fuck? I thought this is Jamaica. I thought you had $25. You'd have me a big spliff like this. So he gives it to me. I was like, fuck it. And I had paper. So I ran into the bathroom real quick. And I'm trying to fucking roll it and fucking licking the thing. And I'm trying to, it's breaking and tearing. They're banging on the fucking door. Hey, man, we gotta go. I'm trying to roll this fucking joint. I was convinced that was the place I was supposed to buy the weed. False. So I run out and get back on. My crazy ass girlfriend's just pissed at me. They're all glaring at me, angry at me because I made them wait 5 minutes. We continue on the journey. They're playing Bob Marley music, and I'm sitting there with my broken ass joint. Fucking, I paid $25 for what amounts to $5 worth of fucking garbage. So we come pulling up the top of the mountain, Mount Zion, where Bob Marley cooked his meals, where he slept, his little hut, you know, and that's cool. So we get off the bus. I'm still rawed out, hungover. My Girlfriend's pissed at me. She always was anyway. It didn't matter what happened, rain or shine. Yeah. We all line up. And as we're lining up, there's a big wooden fence. And up the top of the fence is a bunch of Jamaican dudes. And these dudes are throwing down half-a-pound bags of weed at us. They're throwing at people. Quarters, ounces, fucking big-ass fucking bags like this. Like, yeah, man, here, just throwing it at you. And you catch it, and you're like, a good deal, good deal. And there's like older people on the trip, too, that had no fucking idea what the hell they were signing up for. They're like 50s and 60s and 70s, and they're like, oh, you could tell they're really uncomfortable at that point. So we get to the point where the guy throws me like, it must have been fucking 2-3 ounces of fucking sweet Chiba. And I'm like, I can't, man. I'm on the crew. You can't take this. I'll get arrested to get on the boat with that shit. And at one point, a dude takes 2 spliffs, big ass cone spliffs, nice, good size, rolled up, nice and tight. He goes like that, and they both land between my girlfriend's tits perfectly. I was like, I'll take one. They hand him one back. $25 or whatever it was. And everybody else is buying spliffs off the dudes on the fence. Alright? Except for the old people that signed up for the wrong goddamn excursion. And we're just about to go into Bob Marley's house on the tour. And they encourage you to smoke weed, So the spliff's like fucking this big, right? I bought 2. That's right. No, I did buy 2. I was like, yeah, fuck that. I bought 2. It was like $50. We didn't need 2. We didn't need 1. We could have taken a third of that one. So we spark up the big ass spliff. 3/4 of the tour are smoking. The rest of the old fogies looking around like they fucking got in the goddamn wrong bus, making faces and doing this when people were. We spark up the blunts. Me and my girlfriend were like, fuck it. Well, that's just more like this. There's a big fucking thing like this. And we started on the tour. I have had an hour and a half of sleep, rawed out from being drunk all night. Didn't even brush my goddamn teeth or take a shower. Drinking rum punch up a shaky fucking mountain I was worried about dying on. 45 minutes all the way. Well, finally, we take a few tokes off this shit. Now, this wasn't regular weed. This was super duper Bob Marley spread your wings and fly weed. Right? So, a few hits, the paranoia starts kicking in. You're just wah, 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 wah. Haven't eaten either, blood sugar low. So we walk up, and it's this very poor-looking little hut, and there's a little fire, like a fire pit, and there's a little overhang of a second hut where, he's like, this is where Bob cooked his meals. He's like, wow, man. And this is where Bob used to sit on the top of the mountain looking at the horizon. Like, wow. And then we get to the point where we're going in this, like, mausoleum-looking building, right? It looked different. And like, all right, everyone must remove their shoes. And I'm high as fuck at this point, rawed out. I'm like, I ain't even taking my shoes off. Why the fuck do I gotta take my shoes off? I don't feel comfortable taking my shoes off. And my girlfriend's fucking giving me shit, elbowing me, like fuck looking at me like, I can't believe I'm here with you, you piece of shit. So anyway, whatever. I take off my shoes, we walk in. Everyone's high as shit. And we're all walking in, and there's all these candles going. There's like these voodoo artifacts, and there's this big marble wall in the center of the room, a big block of marble that goes up about 8 feet tall. And it's spooky as fuck, and you're high as shit, and you're rawed out, and you're uncomfortable, and you could get murdered at any minute, you don't know. I'm like, what? We're all in our socks and sandals and bare feet, and fucking everybody gather around. There's candles going, and it's got this real spooky vibe. Like, here lies Bob. Like, who? It's the resting place of Bob Marley. He didn't believe in being buried below ground, so it's Bob, his father, and his uncle in a 3-tier mausoleum-type coffin setup encased in marble. And I'm just high as shit, and I start freaking out. I'm like, oh, this is heavy, man. This is heavy. And this is some crazy weed, right? So we do the rest of the tour. Here's Bob's chair. Here's Bob's bed. Okay, yada, yada, yada. Everybody back on the bus. Dudes are throwing bags of weed all around. You see bags of weed flying around like this. What the fuck? I wish I could take this shit home. I wish. So we're back on the bus. And everyone still got all the weed they bought. And everybody's like sitting there going, yeah, we can't get on the boat with this. It's against the law. It might be tolerated in Jamaica, but it ain't tolerated. And you see all the custom agents lining up. So I had almost a full one and like 2/3 of one because we barely touched it. So I'm like paranoid as fuck still. So I said, baby, give me the rest of the weed. She's like, why? I was like, no, we can't have that. We can't get on the boat. We're gonna go to jail. So we're driving halfway down. I see a bunch of like teenage Jamaican kids, and I took the cigarette pack with like 5 cigarettes in it, put almost a full blunt on here and like a half a blunt here. And as we're driving by, I go, boom, I throw it out the window. And everyone's looking, shaking their heads. And everybody hated me on that bus, including my own goddamn girlfriend. And then 5 minutes later, we stop at this little kind of Jamaican restaurant ran by a little old Jamaican lady and her family. Middle of nowhere, nothing to look at, a little hut type thing with a table and a rudimentary bathroom. So I go, I'm going to go in the bathroom. I still had the rest of that weed I bought off the first guy that was in the toilet paper. So I managed to roll the little pinner, and I sparked it up, took a few hits, throw the rest out the window. Like, because they're going to serve us the meal that comes with the excursion, which is like Jamaican jerk chicken and, all the different fixings, right? So we come out, and it's like a communal thing. And I sit down, and like everyone's glaring at me, right? And I'm like sitting, I go to reach for food, and some bitch takes the plate like this, and I'm like, like that's mine. You're not entitled to it or something. At one point, I just snapped at this stupid cunt and her husband. I was like, bitch, I pay for the shit too. Hand over the food. And like, I started getting angry and shit. My girlfriend's shaking her head. Oh, you're so embarrassing. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you too. So eventually, I had some fucking jerk chicken and some whatever the fuck those muffins are, and it was good. The food was great. Best jerk chicken I ever had in my life, on the side of a mountain with everybody hating on me because I went to smoke a fucking pinner joint after throwing about $50 worth of good Jamaican weed out the window. And we get back to the cruise ship on the bus. I'm like, thank fucking God. I just want this day to be over because the vibes are fucking killing me. And we get off, and there's this long dreadlock white boy who's like pacing with like 2 cartons of cigarettes in a bag. And he had shit tons of weed on him. And you see behind him, you see all the customs agents and shit with dogs and shit. And he's looking nervous as a motherfucker. And I start laughing. Eventually, they pulled him to the side. They ended up putting him in handcuffs. Dumb shit had like 3-4 ounces of weed or taped to his, I don't know. Get on the boat, and the rest of the cruise happened. Anyway, that's the Bob Marley story. Till next time. Peace.